What's up? What's happening? What's popping? What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another great edition of Symone with the Sports. I'm Symone, bringing you guys daily sports talk. So if you're new here, if you're old here and you haven't already subscribed to my channel, stop what you're doing, leave a comment, subscribe, keep rock with me. Also, make sure you check out the links down below. The first link is to buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel. The second link is to shop the official Symone with the Sports merch collection. Get you the classic tee, the wavy tee, or the flower dye crew neck for all of my Birds fans. And lastly, guys, shop my Fanatics affiliate link down below to shop the official licensed gear for the Philadelphia 76ers and your other favorite teams. But guys, turn your notification bells on because you already know the videos are coming like boom, 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 boom. And you don't want to miss a single video or a single live stream. But guys, let's get into all the drama that is the night before the draft. Towards the night before the draft. You know what I'm saying? So we already know that the Sixers were interested. Well, still are. Like I said, it's the morning. It's not the morning. It's 2 o'clock. The Sixers were interested in shopping our 23 overall pick. As of right now, we still own our pick, but we know a lot of times a lot of trades go down on draft night. So I will not be surprised if a trade does go down, if it waits until draft night to go down. But right now, we still have our number 23 overall pick. We'll see. Will we be picking somebody tomorrow? Will we be trading that pick? Or will we be drafting the player and then trading him and using him as trade bait? We'll find out. All will be revealed tomorrow. But y'all, we have some things to talk about today. So the Sixers are apparently linked to Eric Gordon and also PJ Tucker. So Brian Windhorst did his rounds, his ESPN rounds yesterday. Bouncing around how they go around all the shows saying the same. But he did his rounds yesterday, and this is what he said about the Sixers' interest in Eric Gordon and PJ Tucker. So he said, keep an eye on the Houston Rockets. They've already done one deal this offseason. Look for a little bit of Eric Gordon's sweepstakes in play. A couple teams I've heard interested include the Philadelphia 76ers and the Phoenix Suns. Chris Paul is looking for a potential reunion with his former teammate there. Philadelphia also in the mix for PJ Tucker, by the way, who just opted out of his contract with the Miami Heat. So y'all, let's get into the goodness that is this. So this offseason, we know there's a lot of facts and fiction. We know the Sixers have been shopping TOBIAS, MATISSE, the 23rd overall pick, Danny Green. But this is the first time I'm hearing us actually link to specific players. And does it excite me that it's PJ Tucker and Eric Gordon? They're solid players. We're going to get into it. But it's like, dang, why can't I be hearing a little buzz about, a little Bradley Beal, a little Zach LaVine, a little somebody like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? But let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. So, obviously, Eric Gordon has that Houston, Daryl Morey, Harden connect. So, if we're going to get one of these two guys, honestly, Eric Gordon, I think, is probably the player who will get the most, just because we know one thing about Daryl Morey. He's going to get his guys big. He done made that clear. So, Eric Gordon came into the league hot. He was all rookie player when he came into the league in 2017. He was Sixth Man of the Year playing with James Harden in Houston. But, of course, he's been in the league for a long time. So, he's up there now. He's been battling with a lot of injuries just throughout his career. So that's the only thing that has me kind of hesitant about Eric Gordon, and honestly PJ Tucker too, but we'll get into that. But Eric Gordon is somebody who is good off the dribble and in catch and shoot situations. Last season, he attempted about 5.5 threes per game, and he shot 41% from three, and he shot 47.5% from the field, which all in all had him averaging about 13 points per game. And he played he started in about half the games of the season. He started in about 42 games last season for the Rockets, and he averaged about 26 minutes per game last season. So, of course, this is a guy this is the kind of dude we need. We need somebody who's, one, willing to shoot, because like I keep saying, we play with Joel Embiid, like we saw a lot last season, and of course James Harden as well. Even though he's lost it a little bit, he still gets that respect from the defense. Guys are going to be wide open, and we need guys who are not reluctant to shoot, and Eric Gordon is not one who's reluctant to shoot. Like I said, averaging about 5 3-point attempts per game last season and knocking down over 40% of those. So we need somebody who is going to knock down shots. guys are going to be wide open. Eric Gordon is going to be wide open. With Harden getting the double teams, with Joel Embiid getting double, triple teams, we need guys that are not afraid to shoot, but not only not afraid to shoot, going to knock down them shots, because that's one of our big issues last season. Guys being wide open and just going cold. Niang going cold in the playoffs. Korkmaz going cold midway through the season. We need guys that are going to be able to catch, shoot, but also guys that can create for themselves as well, and that is Eric Gordon. Now, the only problem with Eric Gordon is making, next season, he's expected to get, his contract is around $19 million next season. So this is a guy we're going to have to make a trade for versus PJ Tucker, who's a free agent. Eric Gordon, we're going to have to move a lot of pieces for Eric Gordon. $19 million, how are we going to make that money match? And that's a lot of players we're going to have to give up for Eric Gordon. I don't think Eric Gordon is worth $19 million for the Sixers. How many players do we have to give up for Eric Gordon, and what are we going to be getting back? Because one of our problems, again, last season was having players that can only do it on one end, and Eric Gordon is not someone who's going to be providing that much oomph on defense, especially on the perimeter and on the wing where we really need help defensively. Eric Gordon is not going to be helping us that much on that end of the ball. So that's just too much for a player that we're just getting to knock down shots and knock down threes. So I honestly don't think Eric Gordon moving all that money, moving all those players to make that $19 million match, I'm good. I'm good, love. I'm good. But let's talk a little bit about PJ Tucker. So PJ Tucker is 37 years old, and I say that because, you know, these players are old, guys. So we have to keep that in mind, too, when we're talking about their health and longevity. So PJ Tucker opted out of a $7 million deal with the Miami Heat. And someone made a good point. If you're 37 years old and you opted out of $7 million, then what does that mean? You think you're getting more money. You know what I'm saying? Because if I'm about to be 40 years old and I'm PJ Tucker, like a role player like that, and I see $7 million, like, shoot, I'm taking it. So my only thing with PJ Tucker is how much money does PJ Tucker think he's going to be getting? That's my only question. So PJ Tucker is a free agent, and Joel Embiid did speak on PJ Tucker after the loss to the Heat. And Joel Embiid is high on PJ Tucker. And PJ Tucker is the kind of player, physical, aggressive, gets it done on both ends. We saw the way he was bang, 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 knocking down shots against the Hawks, knocking down shots against us. He caught that fountain of youth. Plus, he's someone who's super aggressive and physical on the defensive end as well. And just that leadership and just that fire and that spark and that dog that we don't have on this team, PJ Tucker is definitely that. So Joel Embiid said after the loss, he said, when you have size and toughness, that goes a long way. You look at someone like PJ Tucker, a great player, but it's not about him knocking down shots. It's about what he does, whether it's on the defensive end or rebounding the ball. Defensively, he plays with so much energy, believes that he can get from point A to point B, and he believes that no one can beat him, and he's tough. He's just physical and he's tough. And they have a few of those guys. Since I've been here, I'd be lying if I said we've had those type of guys. Nothing against what we have. Okay, first of all, I hate when people be like, oh, nothing against what you just said we don't have them dogs, and then talk about, oh, nothing against what we have. Okay, whatever. Nothing against what we have. It's just the truth. We never have PJ Tucker. That's really what I'm trying to say. I think physicality, once you get to the playoffs or the later rounds, you need that. You need those guys that are really tough. All facts. Joel Smith, all facts. Basically, you know, PJ got that dog in him. He's never scared of assignment or anything. And I really like a guy like PJ Tucker, because not even just like what he does physically, but also that mentality. You know, that if you got one dog on the team, that's going to, you know, elevate everybody else and get them that oomph. Because it's just sometimes it just seems like nobody has that oomph. Like nobody really cares out on the court. Sometimes them guys go out there so lackadaisical. You know what I'm saying? You need somebody on the team that's going to be bringing that energy night in, night out, and that's PJ Tucker. But like I said, PJ thinking he getting a bag. That's the only thing I'm thinking. I don't know if PJ is going to be, he might be. Shoot, let me know what y'all think. Like I said, if he's declining $7 million from the Heat, then that makes me think obviously he wants more money, because why wouldn't you stay with the Heat for $7 million? So I don't know, $10 million. I don't know what kind of deal he's looking for. But again, like I said, he is getting older, but he is valuable in what he does. Because like I said, it's not just what he does. You know, on the stat sheet, it's all the non-stat sheet stuff that he does as well. But like I said, if I had to get one of these, if we're getting one of these guys, I would much rather get PJ Tucker, just because, like I said, it's just too much money to move to get a guy like Eric Gordon, who's only solving one problem. You know what I mean? That's not $20 million worth. You know what I'm saying? But guys, let me know what you think. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you leave a comment. Make sure you subscribe. Keep rocking with me. Check out the links down below. Buy me a coffee to help fuel this channel. Shout out to Symone with the Sports, a merch collection. Until talk to you guys next time. Bye.